Unserrated Scorpion. Village Rites is still going to be around because it is in Kaldheim. Okay, he's out of there. I know, it's crazy. This deck draws just like perfect, man. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain J. And tonight we have a very special treat for you. It is the new season, guys. We are ranked out again. We're in Platinum. We finished at Mythic. I opened up some cards. Yeah, so I figured we'll open up with Flight Control. A callback to one of my previous decks. I think the second deck I ever made on this channel. Azorius Flyers is always a solid choice. And especially what one, I think Sir Ergoberto called aggro denial. Aggressive denial? Yeah. This is what we're working with Flight Control. It is an Azorius Flyers with a little bit of denial in it and a lot of card draw. A touch of scry and some other stuff just to make sure that we head out in the right direction. So a lot of good stuff in here and a little bit of Strixhaven to round things out. We did get some good flyers in Strixhaven, so we're going to show you that. It's kind of a sampler pack of flyers, but of course before we get down to the shakedown breakdown, I need you to do something for me, guys, and that is tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, or else, guys, the like and subscribe will come and devour you. He is a YouTube werewolf, and every day as Midnight Hunt gets closer, he gets more powerful. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj, and you too can spam the like and subscribe emote and hang out with all the other chatters here. You can check out our Discord, where you can get advice on decks, do anything you want, talk to our community, become one of the villains, and of course, this deck and all the others are available in the description down below on my AetherHub account, where you can check out everything that I've done and get an easy access to all the previous decks. So, what are we looking at with Flight Control? First of all, we got to put our lovely Azorius backs on there, which we forgot to do. Battlefield Raptor. This is a Kaldheim card, kind of a draft card, but damn is it a nice one, man. A 1/2 flying first strike. It kind of reminds me of Healer's Hawk. It is a nice burb, and it is a 1/2 first strike flying. Great early drop. Great early drop. Strict Proctor. A very, very heavy denial Spirit Cleric from Strixhaven. 1/3 flying, great blocker. When a permanent enters the battlefield, causing a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless a controller pays 2. So anything that triggers on the battlefield when it drops, landfall, any kind of weird abilities that as soon as it hits the battlefield it does something, it gets countered unless they start paying, which is really, really useful. You do have to be careful because it does apply to you as well. So watch that one. You can hit yourself with this, but it is good for some early lockout. Faerie Vandal. A really good card. I think it's underutilized. Flash and flying for only 2. A 1/2. Whenever you draw your second card, put a 1/1 counter on Faerie Vandal. Solid. We're going to have a decent amount of card draw, so we are going to pump this guy up. He also is going to pair really well with Staggering Insight. Lofty Denial is going to be your counterspell of choice here. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. Great for the early game if they're completely tapped out. However, I think that ultimately you're usually, especially with these cheap ones, you're usually going to have a flyer on the board. Hold on, I'm going to cough real quick. So they're almost always going to have to pay 4. This is great for ultimatums, for Ugins, anything that's a big boy, anything that's going to tap out all their mana, even in the late game. They could have 6 mana out and they try to play a 6 or 7 or a 5. It's going to tap them out. For smaller spells, it gets a little trickier to hit the smaller spells, but early in the game, it can hit small spells. Late game, it's good for big ones. Skycat Sovereign. Solid card. I don't like to put too many of him. He gets 1/1 for each other creature, and he can create the cat-bird tokens, that little kitty bird there, which is fine, but he is... it's a little expensive to create him, and he is a rare, so I only put 2 of them in there just to round him out. Staggering Insight is an amazing Theros card. When paired with Faerie Vandal will draw you a card, gain lifelink, and whenever it does damage, it will draw a card, which means that Faerie Vandal all of a sudden becomes a 2/3 flying, and then every time it hits, it becomes a 4. It becomes a 3/4 flying, and then more and more and more, because each time you hit, you draw a card, which gives you more card advantage, etc., and you're gaining life. Solid combination of Faerie Vandal and Staggering Insight. Watcher of the Spheres, love this Burb Wizard. 2/2 flying, 2-drop. Cast spells, creature spells you control flying, 1 less to cast. Solid, man. That makes Faerie Vandal and Strict Proctor 1-drops. You can't beat that with a stick. Definitely going on Watcher of the Spheres. Whenever another creature is flying enters the battlefield, Watcher of the Spheres gets 1/1 until the end of turn, which is extremely useful to charge him up, especially considering how cheap some of these cards are going to be. Elite Spellbinder is even going to be a 1-drop. And so also that is a picture of Paulo Vitor Damo de Rosa, world champion, of the 26th world champion. That's why we have this particular person on here. When Elite Spellbinder enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile target non-land card. For as long as that card remains exiled, it pays, you have to pay more. So basically, you can lock out certain cards, make them more expensive, put them to the late game, and then remember, Elite Spellbinder with Lofty Denial is very useful because they have to tap more mana to play that card. So I love the combo of Spellbinding. They still want to play it, and then we hit them with Lofty Denial. And their mana is locked out because they had to play more. Beautiful, beautiful combo. Brazen Borrower, one of those lovely, 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 lovely broken-ass Eldraine cards. Petty Thief is brutal. The animation is annoying as hell. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand is an instant, and then of course he's a flash flying, and he can only block creatures with flying. But that's pretty aggressive for a flyer. 3/1 can do a lot of damage very quickly. Winged Words is another solid choice here. This is a 2-drop. For casting, withdrawing 2 cards. So of course this is going to charge up Faerie Vandal more and give you additional card advantage. It is normally a 3-drop, but it's going to be rare in this game where you're not being able to pay it for a 1/1 here. Jubilant Skybonder. If you want more of these, this is the one I would say, hey, you can get more of these if you want. It is 3-drop, but it does have a flexi mana cost in case you're locked one way or the other. And then this is your removal help here. This is for your reds and blacks playing stuff on you. Spells your opponents cast that target a creature cost 2 more. And that's for everybody with flying, which is, of course, everybody in your deck is going to be protected by the additional mana cost. Again, we're locking out mana with this one. Okay, so Elite Spellbinder, Lofty Denial, we're locking out mana with one. It's just little tricks to make things more expensive. With as much ramp as there, we want to slow the other people down. We hit Brazen Borrower, we push expensive stuff back to their hand, we slow down the tempo of the game. Okay, get it onto our advantage and fly in. Linvala. I love Linvala. Linvala is going to see, she's going to be there post-rotation. She is my sweetie. She is an angel, Azorius angel. The reason I like her so much is she either makes everybody hexproof or she makes everybody indestructible. She is your wipe, your board wipe insurance, okay? When they hit that big board wipe, when they hit Doomscar, boy, are they sad. Or it doesn't work. They hit it, maybe they're not reading Linvala. You sacrifice her, everybody is indestructible. Yes, that gal is an angel. Or they're hexproof until the end of turn. She does have a lovely party mechanic thing here. We're not really hitting it. We could, technically, if we made a little bit of an adjustment, we do need a warrior. It's hard to find a flying warrior, but we do have a cleric, rogue, and wizard. But we don't have a warrior, so her party mechanic isn't really there. If you want to modify the deck to include a warrior to get the party mechanic, I don't really think it's worth it. I just like her sacrifice ability and a 3/3. Remember with Jubilant's with Watcher of the Spheres out, she's only a 2-drop. I mean, come on, man, a 3/3 flying 2-drop that you can sack to protect everybody. Beautiful. Gust of Wind, another great one. This creature is 2 less with flying. Return target non-land permanent you control that you don't add to its owner's hand, and you draw a card. Of course, that's going to pump Faerie Vandal, give you card advantage. It is a sorcery, so I think you could actually cut this one if you didn't want to. If you wanted to put more Brazen Borrowers or something like that. Brazen Borrower is an instant, but this is a common card, and it is pretty cheap if you have a creature with flying. For big boys, we have some of the big boys at the end here, okay? We have Stormwing Entity, flying and prowess. This spell costs that much left if you cast an instant or sorcery, so it only costs 2 to drop. Remember, it'll cost 1 to drop if you have Watcher of the Spheres out. So a 3/3 flying prowess for that cheap is pretty good. You're usually never going to play full price. And when it enters the battlefield, you get 2 scry. With the amount of card draw you can get, you can usually scry and card draw on the same turn, and it has prowess, of course. Whenever you cast an instant, a non-creature spell, it gets 1/1 to the end of turn. And of course, we finish off with Dream Trawler here. Flying, lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, it gets 1+ on the end of turn. So again, it's going to benefit. It's going to benefit from all of the card draw that we do have, and whenever it attacks, you draw a card, so it's going to get even more. And then when we discard a card, it gains hexproof into the end of turn, and it needs to tap. So is pretty hard to kill, is expensive with a 6-drop. You know I don't normally like things more than 5 drops, but this one is certainly worth it. Again, it will become cheaper when you have Watcher of the Spheres out. Very, very solid card, and will give you some life. 10 plains, 10 islands. I cut them down the middle. 2 Hengegate Pathways. If you want more Hengegates, go for it. I didn't want to make it too expensive on you. This is fairly cheap. This is not a very expensive deck. Aside from a few of them, which are a good investment, this is not that expensive a deck. If you don't want Brazen Borrower, you could put more Gust of Winds in there. It's definitely going to be worth it. So let's take a look here at the overall 2.6 average. Don't worry about that. There's going to be discounts for prices on all of these cards. The mana cost is going to go down 22 to 30. It's fine to be cut down the middle. If you want to put a little bit more skewed towards islands, you can. Doesn't really matter. I think that you're more than fine doing it right down the middle there. 28 creatures, heavy on creatures, but we do have enough sorceries, enchantments, and stuff like that to keep it going. And we look at the mana. We look at the mana spread here. We're pretty smooth across the board. 1, 2, and 3 is really where we're living at here. Gust of Wind is going to be really a 2-drop. Stormwing Entity is really going to be a 3, and Dream Trawler is probably going to end up somewhere around 4. So the regular mana skewed is kind of off a little bit on this, but we really are living at 2 and 3. These more expensive ones, everything is kind of going to take a drop in price overall. So don't worry about that too much. We're mostly at 2 drops, as you can see. So let's get into the game here, guys. Let's do it. Let's get into it. We had a startling amount of success with this deck in Platinum right now as the new season begins. Let's take a look. All right, guys, we're going right into Platinum. It is rotation. Not rotation, I'm sorry. I wish it was rotation. Season's End. It is Season's End, so we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this good stuff right here. Let's keep that. That's a pretty good hand. A little slow, but I think we can make it work. Sorry about that. I cut out for a second. Oh, that's the worst thing he could have. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put out Stormwing Entity. Oh, he already got the pre-order. He got the pre-order Dracolich there. Slug Holiday. I have tried a sea monster deck for the longest time, and I cannot for the life of me make that thing work. I'll tell you what. I cannot make that sea monster deck work. Can't happen. Can't happen. Can't be done. Alright, let's do Dream Trawler. Whoops, don't have enough yet. Okay, so let's do Watcher of the Spheres. Let's do Faerie Vandal. Pay 2. And decline, we don't need that. I'm going to hold on to that. No attacks. Yeah, there we go. We don't need to do. Yeah, you don't need to be playing that. Magecraft, I think, is going to be probably one of the better abilities. I think absolutely it's going to get better after rotation. I think it's definitely going to get improving. It's going to be one of those that just goes up. Kraken token. You know, I tried one of those. I made an Azorius sea monster deck. That was not that bad. Lord Drakewater. Oh yeah, how's the old fiance doing after the health scare there, Drakewater? 10 years younger than you. I would know nothing about that. Hey, Egoberto, what is up? What is up? Alright, now we swing in. Now we swing for the fences. Lord Drakewater, as long as you're past your 30s, that's perfectly fine, man. If you're like, nah, I'm 22, that's where the problems come in. 44. Well, that's perfectly fine, man. I was just teasing you anyway. I've seen that joke done a bunch of times. Yeah, my wife's 10 years younger than me. So really, aren't you like 25? All right, let's push him in and him in. Draw a card. Do that. There we go. Let's put some Staggering Insight on Dream Trawler. Yeah, let's do that. Prowess. Unfortunately, I should have... Well, I couldn't because I drew it before. So even Big Stompy Gruul coming in at us crazy. Bird. Bird's the word. Bird. Yeah, that does become a problem. I mean, it does sound like it's a good idea, but when there is, between adults, when there is a humongous, just an enormous age difference, there's not a lot you have in common. It does become an issue. All right, there we go. NDHD goes away. Even the mighty Gargaroth falls to our flyers. The mighty Gargaroth falls to flyers here. Very fun. We turned that one around. I thought he had a pretty good commanding lead, but a lot of flyers picking you to death. You know, it's death by crows. Raven, man. I play a Raven deck last night. Raven don't even show up, man. How do you like that? I play a Raven deck, a mono black Raven deck, and Raven's like, nah, fam, I'm good. I got other stuff going on right now. Couldn't even believe it, man. SMH. SMH. We're going to keep that. That's pretty decent. Let's get that out there. Yeah. Okay, he's coming in tapped with a little bit of life gain. Let's get Watcher of the Spheres out here. Might hit me with some removal right away. And of course, chat has devolved once more. As it is wont to do. We're your family now, Raven. We're your family now. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Yeah, it's okay, man. Respect, bro. No, I understand completely. I've delayed streams because one of my cousins got COVID last year, and I had to cancel the stream because they called, and you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's true. I'll bring it back eventually. It's a fan favorite, so I'll do one more with it. Maybe I'll do a Dimir Bird Tribal in honor of Raven. Let's see what he's going to do here. 1/1 counter, gains indestructible. Okay, so we're going to do that. No days off from being a villain. No days off. Play Winged Words. Boof, boof. Okay. We can return him. So we're gonna kill Basri Cat. We don't need that. We don't need Basri Cat doing all that crazy stuff. Buff. Okay. Do this. All right. Yeah, you don't need to cast that. That's for suckers. That's for suckers, man. That's Ugin Tribal. Listen, man. Here's the thing about the Ugin Tribal is that I don't even think I could be paid money to run an Ugin Tribal. I don't even think there's a dono big enough. I might run Simic again one day. To be honest, I would run Simic before there's a new one. That should pretty much tell you where it's at. That should pretty much tell you where we're at with that one. Oof. Discard a card. He's got to destroy all of them. All right, so he's hitting the pause button on this game here. All right, we're gonna do this. Revenge of Ravens was actually the secret hero of the old whatchamacallit. I know, that's how much I dislike Ugin. Simic is actually a viable deck. Ugin is just solitaire, man. It's not anything. Let's see. He doesn't need Blood on the Snow. That's for suckers. You don't need that. That's for losers, man. Damn. Snow, you can't. That's really mean. That hurts my feelings. What did you just hear getting out of the shower? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're bouncing that moth. I'm gonna make him quit on moth bounces. On moth bounces alone. We're gonna make old boy quit. Bad talking, Ugin. Let's see how many more times he can play it. He played it twice already. Let's see if we can go for the triple. Oh baby, a triple. Yep, there it is. And then we say, sorry, bud. Sorry, man. That ain't gonna work. Anyway, that ain't never gonna be about that. Gator's never been about that. Blood Chief's Thirst. Boof. Alright. Come on, swing in with the eye twitch. That's what I want. Okay, I'm gonna play Spellbinder. What else we got up here? Sedgemoor Witch, you don't need that. That's no good. Alright. No attacks. Alright, so we have lethal if we can get rid of eye twitch. Why do I keep doing it on my turn? There's no reason not to do it on my turn. It's not like I was mana starved. And he's out of there. Listen, I actually like Ugin as a character. I just think that card is broken, man. I don't have anything against Ugin personally. Dragons of Tarkir was a really cool set, man. And Fate Unraveled and Khans of Tarkir was a really cool block with a really cool story. I don't personally dislike the character of Ugin. That card is just broken. And half the reason it's broken is because of the amount of ramp that they shoved into the game. So you can get that out so fast. Oh, but it's an 8-drop and blah, blah, blah. And then with Vorinclex, you get it out on the board with Vorinclex. And then Vorinclex comes out immediately that you can hit the other one. Like, come on, man. It's just, oof. It said, I won too many games in a row, man. Shuffler said, nah, fam, you good. I'm going to keep it and see what happens here. Let's get rid of this. Let's do that. Let's do that. We got 2 plays. Maybe we'll draw that. So I want to know what the story implications of the multiverse being connected to Forgotten Realms, because technically at this point the Magic multiverse is connected to everything. So it's hard to say, like, hey, because it's connected to Earth too. Because didn't they say that the whatchamacallits were canon? What is that called? The secret layer drops were canon. So basically they're saying that every universe that is can be tacitly connected to Magic. You can planeswalk to any universe. Hey, Will Riverhawk, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Buff, buff, buff. Hey, it just so happens we're running a look at that bird tribal deck right now. We're running some birds right now. Speaking of Riverhawks, what's the deal with Riverhawks? They're not rivers and they're not hawks. Burb. Alright, let's do this. Boof, boof. Let's give up the boof. Alright, let's push it, man. Let's put some pressure on this boy. And boof. And boof, boof, boof. There we go. Sedgemoor Witch. That's going to be... I'll block that. I'll block it. What is he going to do? He's going to do something. He's got a trick. He's got something, man. Ozolith always... I mean, anytime you're running a counter deck... yeah, but rotation is going to be... rotation is going to be madness, man. It's going to be... it's going to be absolute craziness. Yeah, rotation is going to absolutely just be pure madness, pure and simple. Douche, and he's out of there. Get swifty, man. Oh yeah, it's going to be the Wild West. Remember dodgeball? Okay, when they put all the balls down on the line and the whatchamacallit just blows the whistle. And like your entire class of like 25 people versus the entire other class of 25 people just mad scrambles to the center line. It's just a melee. It's just a bunch of wild kids just firing off everywhere. That's pretty much what rotation's gonna do. No one's gonna know what's going on. People are gonna be like, I got a beetle tribal. It's the new meta. Fuck you. This is lightning tribal. So that's 3 in a row, guys, with flight control. We're ripping up platinum right now. No more ultimatum decks, no more Ugin, no more veto decks. Jeez, what else? Lurrus is out of there. Get him out of there. No Constellation. I think Poised to take over. My prediction. Yeah, Mill's still viable. Mill is going to be not as good. It's going to get a nerf, but it's not dead. It's going to get a nerf, but it's not dead. Because you're going to lose Drown in the Lock and Magic Mirror and some of the other shit. But it's not going to be all the way dead. It's not going to be all the way dead. So we gotta watch on that one. We gotta wait for that one. Oop, Stompy. That guy's out. Yeah, he's gone. So let's do this. Let's do Watcher of the Spheres. The crab will still be there. The crab is Zendikar. Winoda's out. You're not gonna have Magic Mirror. You're not gonna have Teferi's Tutelage, I don't think. There's gonna be a few that are missing. So, but it'll still be viable. It won't be as viable. It will not be as viable. Nowhere near like it was. I think that's the main thing to to remember. I think, yeah, but Magecraft I definitely think is going to be the one to beat. The Magecraft aggro is going to be up there. I think Lorehold's going to take a big swing at things. Blade Historian, yeah, you don't need that. That's for suckers. Yeah, that's... Well, Heliod's going to be gone. Daxos is going to be gone. Tasha's hideous laughter is still going to be around. No blocks. I'll take 2. Oof. Okay. He doesn't want to block. He thinks that he can do something. I don't know. It highlights, like, if you have a blocker, it stops and says, do you want to block with this card? It's outlined in gold. Like, there's no reason that he shouldn't know that, so. I think his whole thing was just, I'll just get Blade Historian and not have to think about it. And that was his entire plan. So, which isn't a plan. That's not a good plan. All right, let's get Dream Trawler out here. And he's out of there. Beta Man. Okay. Okay, I guess. All right, that's 4 in a row, guys. Are we going to 6-win run with Azorius Flyers right out the gate? I don't know. Let's get into the glove game and see if we can just start ripping up Platinum. Let's see if we can add him to the club here. I don't know. Let's see. Musketeer, how you doing, man? I ain't seen you in the comments, Lady Musketeer. Vegeta, I see you lurking. Bloodluster, the Gummy Bear, I see you lurking. TNT Bat, Ulfveer, I hope you're lurking, man. Okay, I actually like this. Alcide. Alright, let's do Battlefield Raptor. There we go. I really like Battlefield Raptor. Solid card. A 1/2 burb, flying first strike for 1 is gonna be an interesting one, man. That's definitely a burb for me. Alright, let's do Watcher of the Spheres. I'm gonna use this as a blocker. Let's do that. No attacks. I'm going to use that as a blocker. We're going to go steady. If he's going white, mono white aggro, he's trying to climb rank, man. Oh, I see your Elite Spellbinder. Who do you want to spellbind? You want to spellbind my Spellbinder. And we can get an absolute cavalcade of spellbinding going on. It'll be absolutely spellbinding. Alright, if you really feel like throwing a card out of your hand, go for it, man. Yeah. Boof. There it goes. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. Let's do that. Turbo Dragons. Yeah, Turbo Dragons is going to be interesting. Abzan is green, white, and black. Slug Holiday. Abzan is green, white, and black. I have a fine selection of Abzan decks for you to choose from if you look at my channel. It's probably my favorite triple color. My next favorite triple color is Mardu. I love Mardu. I think hopefully Knights are going to get a little bit more support. I'd like to put together another Knight deck, but with Eldraine leaving, that was where most of the heavy Knights were. I'd love to see more Knights. I think we're probably going to see more in Innistrad, because Innistrad does actually have Knights in it. So, ooh, this might be the one to stop me, guys. This is a meta deck right here. This is not nonsense. This is a meta deck. So he is probably going to use Alcide for that. No blocks. I'll just let that through. It's the first damage I'm taking, and not too worried about it. Let's do this. Let's do it on Jubilant Skybonder. Actually, we'll do it on Faerie Vandal. Target non-land. Hey, okay, we'll see you, Jay's buddy Ugin. It's a great name. Very funny. Build your whole name about trolling me, man. That's dedication right there. You know what I mean? That requires a sheer focus and will. Skyclave Apparition. Who's he gonna get? Who is he gonna get? He's gonna apparate that. Why don't we get rid of him right away? Let's see what happens. You gonna sacrifice Ulsi just to give him protection? You are! You sly devil, you. You sly devil, you. That was a bit pointless, but okay. Because he really wanted to apparate that out. Boof, boof. Alright. Alright, Skybonder. Let's put out Elite Spellbinder then. That makes me uncomfortable. Just to call you Ugin as if you are Ugin is, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm there yet. Good luck at work, though. Have fun at work. Yeah, you don't want to put him in. Let's see here. If I take 6, I think I need to block that out. He'll have to get rid of... Oh, he's going to lose him. Okay. Alright, so there's Brazen Borrower. Let's do that. Swing in. He's got a Skyclave. He's going to hit that one. Going to hit me for 4. Oof. So let's do Watcher of the Spheres. Let's do Jubilant. Let's push. And push. Hey, Hugh, we're missing you, man. There was some lewdness going down, and nobody was here to do it. Lewdness of the rudeness. Oh, and we just missed it by 1. Yep, we missed it, guys. We missed it by 1, folks. All right, the streak is stopped. I should have bounced back that Blinding Light, but man, this is a meta deck right here. This is an A1 meta deck. So we didn't get the glove. So we're 4-1. That's still pretty decent. I would say. It's still pretty good overall. Let's keep it going, though. Let's see if we can still get plat. We got about 20 minutes left. Let's see if we can get plat. Yeah, Snow was here talking about all kind of stuff. Let's see if we can get plat 3. But yeah, that was an A1 deck, man. That's a tough break. It's just a lockout, exile, push, everything. It's just... I'm going to have to start running rotation proof. Hopefully they'll put a rotation proof Q in. I'd love to see a rotation proof Q. Orphan Guard. Alright, so let's put down Watcher of the Spheres. Let's push. Puff. Alright. Okay, so this is just Temur Ultimatum. That's all this is. Let's play Faerie Vandal. Push. Puff. Puff. If we get another mana, we're going to be good, because I can hit Winged Words and then Faerie Vandal on him. I need another blue mana. Double Vision. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so Faerie Vandal. And push that. Winged Words. Boop, boop. Very nice. Double the counters. Push in. Pop. Pop, pop. So he's got to wipe me right now. He's got to hit me with the wipe. Otherwise he's dead. And I don't think, yeah, he's done. They did have a rotation proof Q last time. I don't know if it was popular enough that they want to do it again. That's my only thing. I don't know if they're going to opt for it again. I loved it. I loved playing Rotation Proof Q. That is probably all that I will play. It came out, I think, in August, if I can look at my last videos. That is right when my channel started to take off. We had the Rotation Proof Q. Apotheosis 2, what is up, man? Gummy Bear, I still see you lurking, man. TNT Bat. Alright, there we go. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm ripping up Platinum with this, man. We just hit rotation. Not rotation, but season end, and I'm wrecking dudes with this deck. I've lost one time. We're 5-1 right now. I'm gonna see if I can get it to 6-1. We broke the 6-win run on a top mono white. I don't know if we're gonna be able to stay steady enough. We'll see. Yeah. I was surprised. I'm surprised at how well this is doing. We're really, I mean, it's kind of anti-meta-ish. It's kind of flyers and removal and counter spells. I mean, it's not really even a lot of removal. It's just I've been able to clutch some counter spell plays here. Okay, so we're gonna do nothing. I think I want Lofty Denial, and if not, we'll do Gust of Wind. Pop. Pop, pop. There we go. Yeah, I want a Lofty Denial. Evasive Aggro. That's a good name for it, Sir Agoberto. That is a very good name for it. He can have environmental sciences. That's fine. Alright, let's see what he does here. What's he going to do with it, though? Is he going to try to play removal? Because he can't play removal. That's Baleful Mastery. Nope. You do not get that, my good sir. My turn. Alright, you swing in, do the damage. Pop, pop, pop. That's okay. My turn. Perfect. Perfect card. Okay, we do that. Do that. Put a 1/1 counter. Return target. Oh. Okay, we're going to return Bastion of Remembrance. Make him play that again. And we'll push. Pop. Pop, pop. Nobody really has enough to deal with that many flyers. That's the issue. He's going to swing in. I'll just take it. Doesn't really matter. Even if he's got a full wipe, Linvala is going to protect everybody. He's going to serrate. He's going to draw 2 cards. Pretty good. I'm going to miss Serrated Scorpion. I'm going to miss Village Rites on Serrated Scorpion. Village Rites is still going to be around because it is in Kaldheim. Okay, he's out of there. I know, it's crazy. This deck draws just like perfect, man. It just draws perfectly, man. What kind of magic is this? The Gathering kind. Solid work, everybody. Good. Everyone could go home early. Alright, guys. Here is game number 6. Here is what we can get to Platinum Tier 3 right away. Out the gate. You're my dad now? What the hell? Oh, because it's a dad joke. Yeah, Village Rites will stick around. Always a solid black card, man. Sacrificing creatures. Used to be able to sacrifice creatures for mana back in the day, but they don't let you do that anymore. The whole idea of black is anything can be sacrificed for more power. That has some very concerning implications. Man, we really get off track in the chat, man. That is funny. Here is silver. I'm playing silver in platinum. So, you know, I would have played Spikefield. Oh, okay. Do that. Push that down. Okay, then I'm in the Lofty Denial ready to go. He just puts a smiley face up. Well, that just raises further questions. Black versus silver. Frostbite, 2 damage. Okay, he's gonna do it. My old nemesis, Mono Red Burn. And as we know, Mono Red Burn is the thinking man's magic. Yeah, that's the thing. With as much removal as there is in the game, Village Rites is such a convenient, like, oh, you want to hit removal? Well, guess what? I'm just going to get 2 cards. Such a good backup. You should always at least stock 2. Okay, so I'm getting mana and counter spells here. But we're still able to pick away at him. So we'll see. Why, thanks, my dude. Plum is good. Plum damages you. So, unless you're kind of sacrificing pests, it can go a little sideways with Plum. I'm going to miss Staggering Insight. Oof, I'm going to miss Staggering Insight. He's probably going to hit a burn on this, but I'm going to Lofty Deny it. Alright, we can't counter anymore. He might have a big wipe. He might have a Flammengunden. Und Flammengunden. Let's see. Well, I'm going to have a counter spell, so if he doesn't wipe me now, he's going to be in bad shape. Let's hold on to that and do that. Taking your cookie, I know. Yeah, I mean, if you have pests and Sedgemoor Witch, Plum the Forbidden is where you want to live at. But I mean, if you're not running Magecraft and you're already sacrificing a lot of life, because Frostbite, yeah, you don't need to play that. That's for suckers. There you go. You don't need that. Let's see. Hit it, man. Hit the big one, man. I believe in you, bro. I'm going to return it to my hand. Okay. Yeah, you didn't want to play it. Alright, now we're mana flooding, guys. 6 out of 13, that's 50%, so... Now we're doing it, and apparently we've only had these cards. We've literally had these cards, and that's it. Explosive Iteration. Alright, let's see what we got here. Another Frostburn. Another Frostbite. While we're picking away at him, hopefully we can get a useful card here. Let's just cross our fingers. And no, we don't. We get a mana. We don't get useful cards here, man. Alright, so that is full on 50% mana. Because that's 7 and we've had 14 cards. So that's 50% mana. So that's officially headed to Flood Town. So there's Experimental Overload. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Alright, so there's Stormwing Entity. We can scry too. We'll get rid of that. So there actually is a D20 rolling mechanic, man. I was shocked that they did it. I didn't think they would do it, but they did it. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to look like. I'd like to see the animation that they're going to do for Arena. If it's going to be a D20 rolling across the board or whatever. That treasure chest is a treasure chest is actually pretty good. And I like that they're adding more treasure support. I really like treasure. I think it's the funnest way to ramp. A one-time use mana. Let's see, he's going to burn me up? Yeah, he's going to burn me up. How many of these has he been there? Okay, so he ran through all three. He went through three of them. Go foretell something else. Thank you. I hope they put an animation in where it shows it rolling, and not just a number just goes poop. That would be a little lame. Oh yeah, it'll cause a crash of the game. Did you ever see the Arena update bingo? I gotta find it again. It was really funny. What bugs are in the game? It was like everyone's avatar is Sparky. Every creature's power and toughness is reversed. Opening packs removes them from your collection. It's like gambling. You're gonna lose, but winning is awesome. See, I'm not really into gambling so much. I do like winning, but I don't like. I mean, chances are you're not. Oh, look at that flood, man. That is a beautiful flood. 17, and I have 8 on the board. So that's pretty good overall, generally speaking. Pretty much any card would have helped me, aside from mana. Here, pretty much anything would have been a positive change. Especially considering he has more removal that he's going to hit me for. He's going to hit me for 11 here. If he has direct damage to me, he's going to win. I'd love to be able to bounce one of these back to his hands, or get something that lets me draw cards, or anything like that. Anything like that, but it's going to be a fucking mana. So there you go, guys. There you go. We flooded out on this one, guys. So who said it? Who said it in the chat? All right, who jinxed me? Who was it? You're banned. You're banned. Who did it? Come on, I'm looking back. Musketeer, you're out of here, man. You're done, son. You're banned. You're banned, Musketeer. Oh, Jay's not flooding. Look what happens, man. 9 out of 18. 50%, man. 50% mana. I can't win like that. Oh, just add some scry, Jay. There was scry. Everyone always goes, just add scry. Guess what? I threw the mana away. Do you know what I drew after that? More mana. I had a scry too, and I threw the mana away. Everyone always says that. Just add scry and card draw. Yeah, I have tons of scry and card draw in this deck. Oh, that'll fix it. No, it won't. Not when the Shuffler hates you. And not when Musketeer jinx you. God. This is literally the worst day of my life right now. I've never felt lower than this. Obviously not. I'm joking. If you ever feel bad, please talk to somebody. Mental health is not a joke. And also, I'm not joking about that. That's literally my job, is to help people with their mental health. Obviously, I'm being hyperbolistic. I had a fun time. No crying, no Binding of Isaac tears, man. It's all right. It happens. The Shuffler was going to find out eventually that I did it, Musketeer. It's okay. Don't feel bad, man. Here, I'll give you a gold skull. There you go. See? You don't have to feel bad that you ruined my streak by jinxing me. Hyperbolic. We'll get him next time, boys. Very solid deck here, boys. Very, very solid. I really like it a lot. Doesn't need a lot of modification. Did very well in Platinum. Aside from flooding and going up against a major thing there. 6-2, 75% win rate. One was a legit loss and one was a flood. So I would say that that's almost kind of pretty good, man. I think that's going to level out around the 70s. I think this one is definitely going to be solid contender here. So, hyperballistic railgun. Hyperbolistic. Hyperbole. I don't know. I think the word of the day obviously is going to be, what is the word of the day going to be? Soar. Like soaring, like an eagle. So this was a fun burb tribal. And I'll see you next time, guys. This was really fun. Solid way to break into Platinum here. I'm going to go gangbusters next time. I'm going to rip through Platinum, get right to Diamond. That's the plan anyway. So I've been Jay Villain. And you guys have been great. Bye-bye.